The invisible writer. I was a writer. I wrote novels. I am writing now, but no one knows, and no one can see me. Something unusual happened to me. I'll tell you about it. In January, I planned to write a very long book, so I left home and sought a small room. I thought this was a wonderful room for a writer. I will write my book here. It was a little room, but I liked it. It was quite silent. I began working on my novel and was pleased. Then odd things started happening. One day, I was sitting at my desk with my pen in hand. I suddenly thought, I want a coffee, but I don't have any. I'll need to go to the shop. I put my pen on the table and walked out. When I returned, I sought for the pen. It was not on the table. I looked at the floor, my chair, and then the table again. It was not there. I don't get it, I thought. That night, another unusual event occurred. I was in bed, and the room was really silent. Suddenly, I opened my eyes. What was that? I wondered. Then I heard a man's voice. Who's there? I cried. There was no response, and nobody was in the room. I couldn't grasp it, and I was scared. What can I do? I thought. What was that? After that, odd things happened on a daily basis, but I needed to complete my book, so I stayed there. The room was very small, with only a bed, a table, and a chair. There was a mirror on the wall. It was an antique mirror, but I liked it. And then, one day, I looked in the mirror and saw him, the other guy. It wasn't me. This man had a beard, but I did not. I closed my eyes and looked again. This time, I saw my own face in the mirror. That did not happen, I thought. I was incorrect. There was no other man. I took a walk that day and did not work on my novel. I didn't want to be in that room. I didn't want to see or hear anything weird. At night, I returned home. The room was quiet. I looked in the mirror and saw myself, but I wasn't pleased. I went to bed, but I was unable to sleep. I thought, I'll leave here tomorrow. After that, I slept. But then another unusual thing occurred. The other man stood next to my bed and spoke to me. You will not leave here, he replied. You'll stay with me. I opened my eyes, feeling chilly and terrified. I thought, I'll leave now. I can't stay here for one more minute. I quickly packed my belongings into a case. I wanted to leave right now. I couldn't stop thinking about him, so I was terrified. But of what? I did not know. When my clothing were in the case, I decided, I'll leave the room immediately. I gazed around the room and into the mirror again, and then I felt colder and more terrified, and I couldn't see the other man in the mirror. Why? Because he was not there. But I couldn't see my face in the mirror because there was none. Why not? I attempted to shout, but nothing came out. I didn't have a voice. And then I spotted him, the other man with the beard. But he wasn't in the mirror. He was at the table, holding my pen. He wrote my book using my pen. I was angry and tried to speak, but I couldn't since I didn't have a voice. The other man remained silent, only smiling and writing. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, and I heard a familiar voice. Are you there, my friend? Called. I want to see you. I was overjoyed. My friend would aid me, I reasoned, but I could not move. The other man approached the door and opened it. "Come inside," he said to my companion. "Come see my room. I am writing my book." My friend entered the room, but he did not see me. He grinned at the other man. "Oh, you have a beard now," my pal commented. I tried to speak several times, but was unable to. My pal couldn't see or hear me. He only saw one other dude. That is my story. The other man has my chamber, but also my face and voice. He'll complete my book too. But the other man is unaware that I am capable of writing. I can tell my tale, and I am telling it to you. Comment on your experience with the Invisible Writer podcast. Share this video that makes learning English entertaining. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please thumbs up, subscribe, and suggest the next topic. Enjoy, everyone.